Greetings, Body, Mind, Spirit community. This is your Goddess Guru, Tyra Omilade, here to share a word of inspiration with you on your path to self-realization and self-mastery. Today is October the 27th, and this is 2019, and the new moon in Scorpio is upon us. I am traveling, so I'm making this video in a remote location. No, I'm kidding. That's so scorpionic. But I am outside, and I gotta get my swag on now. Can't be looking too crazy. But yeah, I'm outside. Actually, in Connecticut. I came up to visit my older son, who's at the United States Coast Guard Academy. Whoa, whoa! So yeah, I'm out here in the elements. We got the wind blowing, got a little rain going on, but lots of wind. I actually heard from someone in the membership group, or maybe it was another group I'm a part of, but I know her, and she was talking about Oya being present in Ohio the other day. So Oya is making her presence known. As y'all can see, I'm in a wooded area. Connecticut is a really pretty area. It reminds me so much of Tennessee. I do also, and if it's a lot of wind, I apologize. But I also relate the energy of fall to Oya. It's windy. It's about releasing and letting go. The trees are, the deciduous trees are releasing their leaves so that they can, they can survive during the winter season. And, Oya is all about releasing and letting go. I also relate this moon in Scorpio, which is going to be, it seems like it's tomorrow. The moon goes into Scorpio late this evening, and I think the the new moon is tomorrow. But Scorpio, I do relate to Oya. Scorpio is about deep healing. It's about our wounds. It's about releasing and letting go. It's just all mixed up here together. Oya, the fall, this moon in Scorpio. Anytime we have a new moon, of course, we're wanting to set intentions. So good intentions to set perhaps could be, what do you're going to make an intention to release and let go of something. Even though I know we do that during the waning moon, Scorpio is about letting go of things. It's about letting go of past hurts through healing. It's about deep healing. So that's something to think about. It's a time to set new moon intentions regarding anything that you want to achieve over the next 30 days. But I also say from this new moon in Scorpio to next year's new moon in Scorpio, the halfway mark, to see the progress that you're making. If you set it that for that year-long goal, will be Taurus, to see where you're making progress. Okay, but especially all things for the year-long mark, it's all things Scorpio. For this next 30 days, is what do you need to achieve over this next 30 days? Now, of course, we want to take into consideration that we're going into a retrograde period. And so it might be goals that we need to set up that have to do with reviewing, renewing, going back and looking at something that we were supposed to do, we didn't get done. And so now we're going to make an intention to going ahead and get that thing done, explore it, research it. Scorpio is about research. It's digging deep. It's going beneath the surface of a thing. Some of us may need to make some intentions either over the next 30 days, over the next year, to go and get therapy, because Scorpio does represent therapy. Scorpio also is about shared resources. It is a monetary sign, actually. So this might be a moon for you to set some intentions regarding taxes, regarding a budget that you might share with someone, be it a business partner or your significant other, or just somebody. Maybe you have a housemate, you live with somebody, and y'all have some shared resources in there. It also could have to do with inheritance. Scorpio also deals with inheritance. So it's a money sign. Also, trying to give y'all anything else. It could be that you want to work on your trust issues. You might decide you're going to figure out why don't you trust, or you're going to say, well, you know what, I've been working on my trust issues a little bit. Now I want to trust. I'm going to take a chance on trusting somebody. Now you have to remember that the more you trust yourself, the easier it is to trust other people, because why did that go dark? Huh. Your okay, so I know it's working. I thought I'm in Mercury retrograde shadow, so I'm like, oh my God, is this recording? Anywho, the more you trust yourself, the more you'll trust. It's easier to trust other people because you know your higher self will let you know if something is wrong, and when you need to exit a relationship, or when somebody's like trying to get over on you or something like that. So it might be time for you to go ahead and give trust a try. This is also a good time to work on healing our sexuality. For some of us, we might have some type of sexual trauma that needs to be healed up. And it's very terrifying to face these kinds of traumas. It may not even be sexual trauma. It just might be trauma in general. You were traumatized. It's terrifying to face it, but Scorpio holds what we need to heal it, okay? So this might be a good time to go ahead and work on that. And then also the energy from the Metunetter that's speaking is Nekabet. I was like, this is crazy good, because that's the energy of Oya also. So, Scorpio is a water sign. It's deeply, deeply intuitive. Scorpio is the kind of energy that it knows without knowing exactly why, but it can see through. Like my husband is a Scorpio. He has a lot of planets in Scorpio. And the way he describes it is, Tyra, the nose knows. He'll say, no one has to tell me. When I know something about somebody, I know. Like he just has this sense. And so initially I didn't know that I was Scorpio rising, but that's how I operate. Once I figured out, oh, that comes from Scorpio and not necessarily Pisces. That's when I was like, okay, I get that. It's like you can see things and nobody else can see them. But all of us will be feeling that. We all can develop that. Another thing about Scorpio is it's about taboo. Things that are cool. Some things that are taboo are not cool. But taboo things like, ancient spirituality, or I don't know. For me, it's ancient spirituality. So, and that's what Scorpio represents. It's a very spiritual sign. So this might be a time where you want to get a little more spiritual, tap into more astrology. Definitely things like African spirituality, goddess tradition. In some regards, maybe even people think, religions outside of, like, something like a Buddhism might, to some people, is taboo, and that's your taboo thing, even though to me Buddhism is sort of mainstream at this point. But yeah, when I say mainstream, I don't mean that respectfully, just in case anyone's practicing it. I'm just saying it's more accepted. But this is a time where maybe you want to do more of that. You want to more into areas that are a little taboo, but this is where your spirit is calling you. All right, I just say we don't want to be tapping into nothing, because Scorpio energy is dark. All right, when it's manifesting negatively, this is some dark, controlling energy. Also say, really connect with your shoots. I got a notification that threw me off. Hold on one second. Whatever. Scorpio will go where no one else will go, but control, power and control. This might be a time where you feel like you want to take your power back, and so this is a good time for you to really look at power and control issues. How have you been controlled in the past? How can you take your power back? And so this Nekabet energy is the energy of psychism. This is Nekabet of the Metunetter, and so this will be a deeply psychic time. If you want to develop your intuition, your psychic ability, this is a great time. I also see Oya as, she runs the marketplace. Nekabet is all about getting flashes of insight, inspiration. And so perhaps you're going to get some insight and inspiration regarding your business ventures or anything that you're working on. Maybe you're creating something new. It could be a dance, a song, but you might get some flash of insight, inspiration, something to go like this. You should do this, go there, or you'll just see it in your mind. Okay, this is a time for us to protect our energy. I've been into the crystals, wearing the crystals more. Using the smudging when we go out, when we come back, we really want to be careful of, did we pick up somebody else's energy? This is what Nekabet speaks to. So we don't want to pick up their energy. We want to be careful to keep our energy nice and clear. And do deep breathing. I connect the breath with Oya since she is the energy of the wind. So making sure we do some deep breathing, do stretching and yoga, anything that's going to clear you. Keep your energy nice and clear during this time. And you want to use this time to heal or to do spiritual things. Again, work on your money. You can work on your money during this time. But for me, Scorpio really and truly is a deep, deep, deep spiritual time. Oh, if you're doing research, let's say you want to research something, use this time to do these kinds of things. Imprint it on your spirit so that you can carry this powerful vibration with you throughout the year. Because every time the moon is in Scorpio, we can renew our commitments. That whatever we set up at this new moon, we can always renew at that Scorpio moon, work on them at that Scorpio moon. This applies to all the moons, okay? The moon and her cycles give us the opportunity to connect with that energy on a monthly basis, okay? The sun on a yearly basis. And the other planet, depends on how. So this moon is just really special because the sun is here, and right now Venus is still in Scorpio. So is Mercury. We're going to have the Mercury retrograde. It's a very intense time. If you need to be more intense, this is a moon that you could say, hey, I want to raise up my ability to be intense. Okay. I'm going to be wearing some of Oya's purples and reds, sort of dark color, maybe even a little black. We talk about Oya being connected with eggplant. So maybe you want to leave an offering of eggplant at your Oya altar out near your yard. I'm not about going to graveyards so much. Go and connect with the energy of Oya there at the graveyard, but leaving stuff at graveyard is not my property. I would just go to a forested area because Oya is connected to the forest also. Her animal is the deer. I remember reading one Pakati about her being a deer. So you can connect with the energy of deer, but go leave an eggplant. Oya is about change, radical transformation and change. This is our opportunity to go on ahead and embrace the change that Oya is asking of us. And so I just encourage you, when you make these offerings, when you seek to connect with Oya, you need to be willing to make that change. Something that I have been talking about in my readings that I do for my membership site is how we actually do what these Orisha, the Neter, these energies that we work with, when we actually follow their guidance and wisdom, that's when the boons and blessings of abundance come to us. So Oya, her requirements are very hard, challenging, because us don't really want to change. But we would go ahead and make the changes that they ask us to make. First of all, when you choose to make the change, it's a lot easier. But when you're forced to do the change, it's just because Oya is like, I love you too much to let you act like that, to stay stuck in your stomach like that. So I'll force it. Change is what, to, our goal is. You cannot stay the same and achieve some of these goals that you want. You have to change. You have to become anew to get to where you want to go. This is part of what life is about, right? So as you make these offerings to these Orisha, to these Neter, when you're connecting with the energy of the goddess, just know they assist, they give the wisdom to you to take action. It's not their work to do. It's your work to do. Okay? So, yeah, that's something else to do. The season of Scorpio, connect with your ancestors. We can connect with our ancestors. We can make offerings to our ancestors, pour special libations to them, light candles extra, giving them light and love, thanking them for allowing us to stand on their shoulders, and asking them to continue to help us on the part of the legacy that is for us to carry. I don't care what kind of ancestors you got. These ancestors have carried a lot, all right? And so let their hard lives, the hard lessons to learn, be easy lessons for us to learn by studying their lives, because what we're forced to do is power the legacy. So, honor your ancestors during this time. Do some special time, work with the ancestors during this season of Halloween. And embrace the lessons of Mercury retrograde. Let's not think Mercury's here to make us have problems. Mercury is spring change. Have an opportunity to slow down. And see, Oya's like, hell yeah. All right, Oya, look at the trees. I don't know if y'all can see the trees moving behind me. Oya co-signed on that one. So Mercury's not trying to hurt us. Mercury's going to help us bring this change that in our Scorpio house. And I went over the houses that Scorpio will hit, my membership site. I do plan on making another Mercury retrograde video and post it, for the greater community, just because I think this is such a retrograde. It's also one it's not a lot of bad aspects. Now this week will be a little challenging for people, all right? If you're in my membership site, you've gotten the video and you already know what I talked about, but this week it's just not a lot happening retrograde. So I want y'all to embrace the blessing, the bounty, the lesson of Mercury retrograde. All right. So I'm wishing you all a wonderful new moon in Scorpio, and I want you to let me know how things have gone for you. I want you to write down what your intentions are. Don't just think, write them down. Okay. And keep up with them, review them. Power in writing things down. So keep me posted, cheering for us all. Love you all. Like the video, share the video, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and you can learn more about the reading I do. My membership site, Goddess Body, Mind. I love you all. Take care and happy Scorpio.